In this video, I would be comparing the North Island of New Zealand and the South Island of New Zealand. Having spent considerable amount of time in the South Island of New Zealand before moving to the North Island of New Zealand, it is my absolute pleasure to be doing this comparison. So for a start, let's talk which of these islands is more beautiful. I would overall say that New Zealand is stunning. It is beautiful. It is breathtaking. But on a closer critical analysis of the geographical landscape, the nature, the beaches, I would be giving this to the South Island of New Zealand. If you have anything that is contrary to my opinion, please, you are free to use the comment section and make your suggestions. You are welcome to do that. So let me share my favorite spots in South Island that made me say is more beautiful. The Christchurch Garden. Have you been there? Oh my gosh, you need to visit there during summer and you will thank me. And also the beaches. Look at my favorite beach. Just look at that. Look at that, guys. Just look at that. So the second point I'll be discussing today is job opportunities. In as much as I would agree that this can be subjective and you should do your own research based on your skill set and your career goal to know where you are more likely to get your kind of job. But I would be saying that the North Island will have more job opportunities. And I came to this conclusion because of the whole population distribution, the consensus, the development, and where most international companies have their headquarters. You guys know that we have three biggest cities here in New Zealand. Then two out of these three cities are situated in the North Island, which happens to be your Auckland and your Wellington, which is the capital city. And the only one in your South Island is the popular Christchurch. And also looking at the North Island, we have other cities that are coming up, like your Palmerston North, your Hamilton, your Tauranga, whereas in the South Island, the other city you could be mentioning would be your Dunedin and your Queenstown. So also let me know what you think in the comment section if my analysis is on point. So the third comparison I'll be making today will be in terms of multicultural. I would say that New Zealand overall again is quite multicultural for a country of about 5 million people, a little over 5 million. That population distribution, if you go to the South Island, you will see people from all nationalities, and if you come to the North Island, you will see similar stuff. But down to my experience on migrating here in North Island of New Zealand, the African community here I would say is more, and also from my little kids experience they could see people from their culture more in this region, which is quite helpful. So overall, in my own personal experience, I would give the multicultural aspect to North Island. So let's talk about the fourth point I would like to talk about today. Have you been told that New Zealand is quite windy? Especially Wellington down to Palmerston North. Yeah, my experience with wind on my visit to both cities is something that Whenever I remember it, I laugh. Yeah, it's something that if you wear a flary kind of dress, it can blow you open. That is how windy it is. So I really miss my South Island. Is not as windy as the North Island. So having talked about wind, the next point is allergy. I found that allergy in Palmerston North is quite high. I don't know what rhinitis is until I arrived Palmerston North, and I was like, what the heck is wrong with my nose? What is happening to me? Yeah, it is quite high in pollens, and it is higher during autumn and spring season. Yeah, so it's something that you should be aware of. This I didn't experience rhinitis and that kind of allergy kind of stuff while I was in the South Island. So the last point we'll be dealing with today is isolation. Overall, coming from our culture, Western world is quite isolatory. But if you're leaving me with the option of comparing North Island and South Island, which one is more isolatory? I think everything boils down to your circle, your routine, and the type of life you've chosen, and how you've choosing to keep yourself happy, entertained. Yes, you had me right. This will be a total different episode. Yeah, depression is real when you move to Western world, and is even closer to it here because of the lifestyle. People are busy. Is let me say the population and everything. So you just find yourself going to work, coming back to your family. If you do not really force yourself, will I say force